Hello, future travelers. Welcome back to Legalopolis. Friends, did you know that thousands of immigrant visa extension applications are denied each year? That's right. People face these unexpected denials, leaving them scrambling to figure out their next move. If you are wondering whether you can renew your non immigrant visa or if you can extend your stay in the United States, you are not alone. In this video, we'll break down exactly when you can renew your visa and when you can't, and the critical steps to take before it's too late. So, friends, you may be eligible to extend your non immigrant visa if number one, you entered the United States lawfully as a non immigrant using a valid visa. Number two, you have not violated any laws or committed an act that disqualifies you from receiving an immigration benefit. Number three, there is no reason that requires you to leave the United States before extending your stay. For example, a USCIS officer might ask you to obtain a new visa, and for that, you might have to leave the United States. Number four, and it is very important that your passport is valid for the entire duration of your requested stay. And number five, you should apply for an extension before your current stay expires as listed on your I-94 form. You could do this either by mail or online. It's important to file the application as soon as possible to ensure USCIS receives it before your status expires. Now, friends, if your authorized stay, as shown on Form I-94 Arrival Departure Record, has already expired, you can still give it a try and file an application for extension, but it is unlikely that your request for extension will be granted. USCIS usually denies extensions if your stay has expired. However, USCIS might excuse a late application for an extension under extraordinary circumstances. And these circumstances could include number one, medical emergencies. That is, if you or an immediate family member had a serious medical condition that prevented you from filing on time. Number two, unexpected changes in circumstances. For example, a sudden change in employment conditions for a work visa holder that was beyond their control. Number three, natural disasters. Those people who are affected by situations like hurricanes, earthquakes, tornadoes, etc. And number four, delays from your employer or sponsor. If a necessary document from your employer was delayed through no fault of your own, you could also claim the waiver. So, friends, even in these cases, you must provide strong documentation showing why the delay was unavoidable so that USCIS can consider your delayed application. Now, friends, let's look at the non immigrant visa categories that cannot be renewed under any circumstances. And in these situations, you must leave the United States before your I-94 expiration. Number one, C visa, that stands for Aliens in Transit. This visa is issued to travelers passing through the United States on their way to another country. It is usually short term and does not allow for an extension as it's designed purely for transit purposes. Number two, D visa, that is for crewmen. This visa is for crew members such as on a ship or aircraft who are coming to the United States for a layover during their service. Since the visa is tied to their employment aboard a vessel, it cannot be renewed. Number three, K1 or K2 visa, that is fiancé or dependent of fiancé. The K1 visa is for someone coming to the United States to marry a US citizen, and K2 is for their children. These visas are meant for short-term use until the marriage occurs, after which the individual should apply for adjustment of status to a permanent resident rather than renewing the visa. Number four, the S visa, that is witness or informant. This is a special visa for witnesses or informants in criminal investigations. An extension is limited to 3 years for the total stay, and once that time is up, the person must leave the United States. Number 4, TWOV, that is transit without visa. Friends, certain travelers may pass through the United States without a visa, usually for a short layover. Since they don't have a formal visa status, they are not eligible for renewal or extension. For example, if someone is traveling from Mexico to Canada and their flight has a layover in the United States, they might be eligible for a TWOV status and can pass through US customs without needing to apply for a visa. Since these travelers are not officially admitted into the United States with a visa, they don't hold a valid visa status in the country. As a result, they cannot apply for a visa extension or renewal. Their presence in the US is solely for the purpose of transiting to another destination, and they must leave the United States within the specified time of the layover. If their connecting flight is missed or delayed, they would need to follow procedures for leaving the United States as soon as possible, but there is no option to stay longer or extend their transit. For instance, if a traveler using TWOV misses their connecting flight due to bad weather, they cannot apply to extend their stay in the United States or change to another visa category. They must leave the United States as soon as possible, typically by boarding the next available flight to their intended destination. And we come to the last visa category, the WT or WB visa category, that is Visa Waiver Program. Now, this program allows citizens of certain countries to visit the United States for up to 90 days without a visa. Now, since this is a short-term program, you cannot extend or renew your stay under this waiver. Instead, you must leave the United States and reapply for entry. So friends, by knowing whether you fall under one of these categories or are eligible for renewal, you can better plan your next steps. Always remember to check your I-94 form to confirm your visa category and the allowed duration of stay. It's also important to note that your visa only allows you to enter the United States. It doesn't determine how long you can stay. The length of your stay is decided when you are admitted into the United States, and you can find this information on Form I-94, which is issued at the time of your admission. So friends, in conclusion, understanding when and how you can renew or extend your non-immigrant visa is crucial for maintaining lawful status in the United States. By ensuring that you've been lawfully admitted, following all immigration laws, and filing your extensions on time, you can avoid complications. However, it's also important to be aware of the specific visa categories that do not allow for extensions. Always stay informed about your visa conditions and check the expiration on your I-94 to take timely action. Friends, if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing for more immigration-related content. I wish you all the very best for your upcoming visa application and renewals. May your application be met with success. And until next time, safe travels!